What if the voice in your head isn't really you? What if inner peace isn't something to search for, but something you've always had, hidden just beneath the noise? Welcome to the Untethered Soul, a journey into the deepest parts of your mind, your spirit, and your freedom. This isn't just a book, it's a mirror, a quiet whisper that says, you are not your thoughts. You are the one who observes them. Let's begin this journey beyond yourself. Chapter 1. The voice inside your head. Close your eyes. Do you hear that voice constantly talking, judging, worrying, remembering, rehearsing? It narrates your life like a background radio, never truly silent. You're not alone. We all live with this inner monologue. But here's the twist Michael A. Singer gives us. You are not the voice. You are the one who hears it. Imagine sitting in a room with someone who never stops talking, switching between fear, hope, regret, and fantasy. You wouldn't want to spend time with them. Yet we do, every day, with that voice in our head. This voice isn't your identity. It's just noise, built from past experiences, worries about the future, and stories you've told yourself. When you believe everything it says, you suffer. When you observe it without attachment, you start to awaken. Awareness is the first step to freedom. You are the awareness behind the voice. Once you realize this, you begin the journey of untethering your soul. Chapter 2. The Inner Room of Consciousness. Imagine your mind as a grand inner room. Everything you've ever experienced, every joy, every pain, sits inside it. Memories, fears, dreams, and desires, all piled up like furniture. Some items you cherish, others you tiptoe around. Michael Singer asks a bold question. What if you didn't have to rearrange the furniture? What if you could simply walk out of the room? See, most of us spend our lives trying to make the inside of this room comfortable. We clean up painful memories, replay good ones, and obsess over what's out of place. But comfort never lasts. New problems always arrive. But here's the key. You are not the contents of this room. You are not even the room itself. You are the presence that observes it all. The moment you realize this, you create space between you and your thoughts. That space is freedom. Try it now. Close your eyes and listen, not to the voice, but to the listening itself. That stillness, that's you. Chapter 3. Let go or be dragged. Think of a leaf floating down a stream. When the leaf flows freely, it moves with grace. But if it clings to a rock, it stops and suffers. That's how we live. We hold on to pain, to memories, to emotions that no longer serve us. We think, if I could just fix this or change that, then I'd feel better. But the truth? Peace doesn't come from fixing the world. It comes from releasing your grip on it. Michael Singer introduces a powerful practice, letting go. When a thought or emotion arises, especially a painful one, don't resist it, don't suppress it, just let it pass through. Imagine a dark cloud drifting across the sky. If you chase it or try to hold it in place, it stays longer. But if you observe it without fear or reaction, it moves on. That's how emotional energy works. Pain only stays when we grab it. Fear only grows when we feed it. Letting go is not weakness, it's courage. It means trusting that who you really are is bigger than your thoughts, deeper than your wounds. And every time you release a piece of that baggage, you float a little closer to freedom. Chapter 4. The Voice Inside Your Head. Take a moment and listen, not to the world, but to that constant voice inside your mind. The one that comments on everything. Why did I say that? What if they don't like me? I can't believe this is happening. That voice, it never stops. It analyzes, judges, compares, replays, predicts. But here's the truth Michael Singer reveals. You are not that voice. You're the one who hears it. This voice has one job: to make you feel safe. It tries to control your world by narrating it, but ironically, its endless chatter often creates the fear and chaos it's trying to avoid. Imagine if a friend talked to you the way your mind does all day. You'd probably walk away. But you don't walk away. You identify with the voice. You believe it. You become it. Singer invites you to shift. Start noticing the voice, not from inside it, but from behind it. Become the observer. This simple shift changes everything. When you stop merging with the voice, it loses its power. It's like standing behind a waterfall instead of getting crushed by it. You don't have to argue with it. You don't have to silence it. Just watch it. Let it speak. Let it fade. Over time, you'll notice moments of pure presence, calm, spacious, and deeply alive. And in those moments, the real you begins to emerge. Chapter 5. Who are you, really? Pause everything. Forget your name, your job, your past. Strip away your roles: son, daughter, partner, friend. Now ask, who am I, when everything else is gone? This is the most important question you'll ever face, and most people never truly ask it. We say, I'm a teacher, I'm shy, I like music. But these are labels, descriptions. They change. But what Singer reveals is mind-bending. You are not what you do. You are not what you feel. You are not even what you think. You are the awareness behind it all. The quiet observer. The still presence that sees your thoughts come and go. That notices your emotions rise and fall. Think of yourself as the sky. Thoughts are clouds. Feelings are weather. But the sky? It's always there, untouched, infinite. And yet we forget this. We live as if we are the storm. We panic when things change. We search for identity in the mirror, in our memories, in how others see us. But the real you? You were never lost. You've just been buried under noise. When you touch that deeper self, even for a moment, you feel it. Calm, clarity, freedom. It's not something to become. It's something to remember. Because the greatest spiritual truth is also the simplest. You already are.
Chapter 6. The Inner Storm, Emotions, Energy, and Freedom. Ever notice how a single moment can hijack your entire day? A harsh word, a painful memory, a sudden fear, and suddenly your chest tightens, your stomach knots, and your mind races. Where did that storm come from? Michael Singer pulls back the curtain. Your heart isn't just a symbol. It's a powerful energy center. Every unresolved emotion, every past hurt, every fear you've buried, it's stored there, like locked doors in a house you forgot you live in. And here's the deal. Life will always try to open those doors. A breakup, a rejection, a lost opportunity. These aren't the problem. They're triggers. They touch the pain already inside you. And when you resist the pain, when you tighten, push it away, or run from it, you trap it. You build walls around it. You carry it into every new relationship, every decision, every moment. But what if you stopped fighting it? What if, instead of closing, you stayed open? That's the radical practice Singer teaches. Keep your heart open, no matter what. Feel the wave, let it move through you. Don't hold on, don't push back. At first, it feels impossible, but slowly you'll notice something miraculous. The emotion rises and then fades, like a thunderstorm that passes when you don't chase the clouds. And behind it, peace, space, a deeper stillness than you've ever known. Freedom doesn't come from controlling the world. It comes from releasing the grip inside. So, next time the storm hits, don't brace yourself. Breathe, stay open, let it pass. Because the sky doesn't fear the storm. It simply watches and remains. Chapter 7. The Path of Unconditional Happiness. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what do I really want? Money? Success? Love? Health? Michael Singer believes there's a deeper answer beneath all the surface wants. We don't chase things for what they are. We chase them for how we believe they'll make us feel. What we truly crave is happiness. But here's the trap. We've made our happiness conditional. We say things like, I'll be happy if I get that job. I'll be happy when they love me back. I'll be happy once everything is perfect. And so, happiness stays just out of reach. Always waiting on the next achievement, the next fix, the next yes. But what if you flipped the script? What if you decided to be happy for no reason at all? This is what Michael Singer calls unconditional happiness. It's not about denying pain or pretending everything's fine. It's about making a sacred choice. No matter what happens around me, I choose to keep my heart open. It's bold, it's brave, it's uncomfortable, because life will test you. Someone cuts you off in traffic, you get rejected, your plans fall apart, and you'll feel it. The pull to close off, to get angry, to spiral, to defend. But in that exact moment, you have power. You can say, no, I won't let this steal my peace. It's not weakness, it's not surrender, it's mastery. It's the quiet rebellion of the soul that refuses to live as a prisoner of circumstance. So, next time life disappoints you, remember, you don't need the world to behave. You just need to protect your light. Because happiness isn't something you earn. It's something you choose again and again. Chapter 8. The Thorn. Imagine you have a thorn lodged deep in your arm. It's painful, so painful that even the brush of fabric sends waves of discomfort. Naturally, you protect it. You build your entire life around avoiding anything that might touch it. You wear special clothes, you sleep in specific positions, you avoid crowded places where someone might bump into you. But Singer asks, what if the problem isn't the world? What if the thorn itself? This thorn is a metaphor for emotional wounds, unresolved pain from the past. Maybe it was heartbreak, rejection, betrayal. And just like the thorn, you build your life around avoiding that pain. You try to control your environment, control people, control love, all to make sure nothing touches the wound. But here's the catch. Avoidance is not healing. The thorn remains. And as long as it's inside you, your freedom is compromised. You're not living, you're managing, surviving. So what's the alternative? You face it. You pull it out. It might hurt, it might feel like you're dying, but you're not. You're finally letting go. You sit with the pain, not to wallow, but to release. You stop running. You breathe into the discomfort and say, I'm safe. I am ready. And then, it's gone. Not overnight, not without courage, but over time, the sting fades, the fear dissolves, and what's left is space, stillness, power. You don't need to protect your thorn anymore, because it's no longer there. And that's liberation. Chapter 9. Removing the inner blockages. Think of your inner world like a river. When it flows freely, there's peace. But the moment you block it with fear, guilt, resentment, it becomes stagnant. Michael Singer calls these blockages samskaras, emotional imprints left behind by past experiences. Every time you suppress anger, jealousy, shame, instead of feeling and releasing them, they get stored in your heart. These blockages don't disappear, they build up, and eventually, they control you.
You might wonder, why did that simple comment hurt so much? Why do I overreact when someone leaves me on red? Why do I feel heavy even when nothing is wrong? The answer lies in these old impressions. They've turned your heart into a minefield just waiting to be triggered. But here's the good news. They can be cleared. Not by digging through each memory, not by fixing the people who caused them, but by watching. Yes, watching. When a strong emotion rises, don't fight it. Don't suppress it. Just sit with it. Feel it fully. Let it surge through your chest, burning if it must. And then let it go. At first, it feels like chaos, but soon you'll notice something miraculous. The emotion passes. The energy softens. And what was once a blockage becomes open space. Each time you release a samskara, you reclaim a part of yourself. You don't need to protect your heart anymore. You're cleaning it, healing it, unblocking it. And in that process, you rediscover your original self, peaceful, radiant, untouched by the chaos of the past. You weren't born to carry pain. You were born to feel it, release it, and rise above it. Chapter 10. Stepping into the seat of awareness. Imagine sitting in a quiet theater. The screen comes alive with color, sound, movement. You watch the scenes unfold. Some make you laugh, others make you cry. Now, what if that movie is your life, and you are not the actor? You are the one sitting in the seat, watching. That's the invitation of this chapter, to step back and realize that you are the awareness, not the experience. Not your racing thoughts, not your fears, not your desires. Those are scenes on the screen. True freedom begins when you stop getting lost in the movie. Most people identify with every flicker, reacting, grasping, suffering. They yell at the screen, rewrite the script in their heads, hoping life will finally go their way. But awareness doesn't judge. It doesn't cling or resist. It simply observes. This is not about becoming passive. It's about becoming free. When someone yells at you, instead of collapsing inward or shouting back, you stay seated. You watch your reaction. You feel the surge, but you don't lose yourself in it.
That space between stimulus and response is where peace lives. It's like watching a storm from behind glass. The winds howl, the trees bend, but you remain untouched. And here's the secret. The more you stay seated in that awareness, the weaker the storms become. Your mind stops running the show. Your heart opens. Your energy flows freely. You start living from a deeper place, a place where you don't chase peace, you are peace. This is the seat of self Michael Singer describes. It's always been there, waiting for you to notice it, waiting for you to come home. So sit back, watch the movie of your life, but never forget, you are the one watching. Chapter 11. Let go or be dragged. Think of your mind like a cluttered attic. Every hurt, every grudge, every anxious what if, it's all packed in boxes, gathering dust, yet we keep carrying them. But what if you could simply let go? In this chapter, Michael Singer offers one of the most powerful truths of the book. You don't have to process, solve, or fix everything inside you. You can let it go. It sounds too simple, right? We think, but this pain is part of me. I have to analyze it. I have to get to the root. But what if the only reason it still hurts is because you keep holding on? Let's say someone betrays your trust. The moment passes, but the wound remains because you keep replaying it in your mind. Each time, it tightens the knot deeper. Now, imagine what if instead of clinging, you just released. You acknowledge the feeling, you breathe, and you relax into the discomfort instead of resisting it. That's letting go, and it's a muscle. The more you use it, the lighter you become. But if you don't, then life will keep dragging you. Same patterns, different faces, more stories, more suffering, until eventually you're exhausted. So here's a choice. Let go of the pain or be dragged by it. Let go of the fear or be ruled by it. Let go of who you think you are so you can discover who you really are. You'll start to notice letting go isn't loss. It's freedom, it's space, it's clarity. Like a bird shedding old feathers so it can soar higher. So next time something stirs inside you, a fear, a memory, a sharp emotion, don't resist it. Just pause and say, I see you, and I'm letting you go. Over time, this becomes a new way of living. And you'll realize you never had to carry so much to begin with.
Chapter 12. The Voice That Isn't You. Have you ever stopped to listen to that non-stop voice in your head? It comments on everything. It judges, overthinks, replays, and predicts. It argues with itself, dreams up scenarios, criticizes others, and then questions you for thinking it in the first place. But here's the shocker from this chapter. That voice isn't you. You are the one hearing the voice, not the voice itself. Let that sink in. You are the awareness behind it, the quiet observer, the still presence who watches thought after thought float by like clouds in the sky. This is one of the most liberating realizations in the entire book. It means you don't have to believe everything you think. You don't have to become every emotion that passes through you. You don't have to fight the voice. You can simply watch it. When you realize this, you stop being a puppet pulled by every inner reaction. Singer gives an example. Imagine you're sitting by a river, watching thoughts drift like leaves on the water. Some are dark, others bright, but you don't jump in. You just watch. Let them come, let them go. This practice of witnessing is life-changing. It creates space between you and your patterns, space between you and your pain, and in that space, healing begins. The moment you stop identifying with the voice in your head, you begin to uncover the vast, peaceful awareness that has always been there, the one quietly observing, even in your most chaotic moments. And that's you, the real you. You're not your fears. You're not your failures. You're not even your thoughts. You are the calm behind the storm. And that is the beginning of freedom. Chapter 13. Letting Go of the Blockages. Think of your heart as a river of flowing energy. When you're joyful, it's open and wide. When you're hurt, it tightens, it closes. And over time, every painful experience you hold on to becomes a blockage in that river. Michael Singer says this clearly. Pain doesn't hurt as much as holding on to it does. When someone offends you, you don't just feel hurt, you hold it. You store it in your chest, your gut, your memories. It becomes a trigger, something that explodes the next time you're reminded of it. But what if, instead of closing, you stayed open? What if, in the very moment of discomfort, you could breathe, feel the tension, and let it go? That's the heart of this chapter. True spiritual growth isn't about avoiding pain. It's about allowing it to pass through you without resistance. Singer compares it to watching a thorn stuck in your arm. Most people protect it, avoid it, build their life around not touching it. But the real solution: remove the thorn. That thorn is your resistance, your refusal to let go, your fear of feeling deeply. But the path to freedom is simple. Don't fight the feeling. Don't run from it. Watch it, feel it, and let it move through you. Each time you do this, you release a bit of the old pain. Each time you stay open, your energy flows freer. And over time, your heart becomes the safest, most spacious place in the world. You stop needing life to go your way in order to be at peace. You stop protecting yourself and start living fully. So next time pain rises, don't shut down, don't suppress it. Just say, "It's okay, I'm open, let it flow." That's how healing begins. That's how you return to your natural state, wide open, fully alive, and truly free. Chapter 14. The Path of Unconditional Happiness. What if happiness was not a reaction, but a decision? Michael Singer poses a radical idea in this chapter. If you want to be happy, you have to let go of the part of you that wants to be unhappy. Sounds too simple, right? But think about it. How often do we postpone happiness? We say things like, "I'll be happy when I get the job. I'll be happy when they apologize. I'll be happy when life finally calms down." But there's a problem. Life never calms down for long, and people don't always change. So if your happiness depends on circumstances, you'll always be at the mercy of the world. Singer says happiness is a choice you make, not a prize you earn. Even when things go wrong, even when pain shows up, even when people disappoint you, you can say, "I choose happiness anyway." Not because you're denying reality, but because you're free. Free to let the moment be what it is, without giving it the power to steal your peace. This is unconditional happiness. The kind that doesn't fade when the weather turns dark. The kind that lives in your heart, not in your calendar. It's the smile that comes from the soul, the peace that doesn't need a reason. And here's the truth. The more you choose this path, the stronger it becomes. Like a muscle, happiness grows when you practice it daily. When you say yes to life, even when it doesn't go your way. So ask yourself, what am I waiting for to be happy? And then answer with courage, nothing. I choose joy now. Chapter 15. The Surrender Experiment. What if the greatest peace you'll ever find is when you stop fighting life itself? In this chapter, Michael Singer invites us to try something radical. Surrender. Not the kind of surrender where you give up. Not the kind where you lie down and let life roll over you, but the kind where you stop resisting what is. You see, most of our suffering comes not from events, but from our reaction to them. We want things to be different. We say things like, "This shouldn't have happened. This isn't fair. This is not how I planned it." But life doesn't follow our script. It flows by its own rhythm, wild, free, unpredictable. And when we cling to control, when we fight every twist of the current, we get tired, we get bitter, we suffer. Singer's wisdom is this: let go of your grip. Stop trying to force life to fit your expectations. Instead, trust the flow. This doesn't mean you don't act. It means your actions come from peace, not panic, from clarity, not chaos. When something difficult arises, don't ask, "How do I make this go away?" Ask instead, "What is life trying to show me here?" This mindset turns problems into teachers, turns pain into transformation. Surrender is not weakness. It's the strongest thing you can do, because it means you trust something bigger than your fear. And here's what happens when you surrender. You stop overthinking. You breathe easier. You stop needing to control every outcome. You feel lighter, like you're not carrying the world on your shoulders. You realize that life, when you stop resisting it, becomes your greatest ally. Even the things you once thought were disasters might turn out to be blessings in disguise. So the experiment is this: what if, just for today, you surrendered? You let life unfold without trying to wrestle it into shape. What might you discover about yourself in the stillness that follows?
Final chapter: living untethered. Imagine waking up one morning, and your first thought isn't about problems, not about yesterday's pain, not about tomorrow's fears, but simply, "I'm here, I'm alive," and that's enough. This is what it means to live untethered. Michael Singer ends the journey with a simple yet profound message. You don't need to fix the world to be at peace. You don't need to fix yourself to feel free. You are not broken. You are just buried beneath thoughts, stories, memories, and fears. Freedom doesn't come from changing everything outside. It comes from releasing everything inside that clings, resists, and fears. True liberation is not about escaping life. It's about embracing it, fully, fiercely, completely. So, how do you live untethered? You watch the mind, but don't get pulled in. You feel emotions, but don't become them. You face discomfort, but you don't run. You stay in the center of your being, calm, still, open. And here's the magic. When you stop trying to protect yourself all the time, when you stop building walls around your heart, life begins to pour in. You laugh more. You breathe easier. You love deeper. Not because it's safe, but because you are no longer afraid of what happens if it's not. The untethered soul isn't someone who has all the answers. It's someone who no longer needs them, because they've fallen in love with the mystery, with the ride, with life itself. Final reflections. So, here we are. You've walked through fears. You've faced the voice in your head. You've learned to let go, to surrender, to trust. You've remembered that you are not your thoughts. You are not your pain. You are not your past. You are the one who notices it all. You are the awareness behind the experience, the sky behind every storm, the silence beneath every sound. And in that space lies your peace, your power, your untethered soul. If this journey moved something inside you, if even one chapter helped you breathe deeper, then take that feeling with you,
not as a thought, not as a belief, but as a choice you make moment after moment. To be here, to be open, to be free. Thank you for joining this journey with MystiWave. If this touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe, share the light, and let others know. Your soul was never meant to be caged. It was meant to fly.